A scientist has brought out a new kind of dangerous zombie mushrooms.
Damn it, she's not a zombie. There is a person in this trap. She couldn't speak for many years. Since I got infected. My wife Sarah was my partner. Zombies have infiltrated the lab.
Hello everyone, Kino Jack is in touch and this is the first episode of the third season of the zombie TV series Nation Z. Anyone who didn't have time to watch the first 2 seasons or happened to be on this channel, we strongly recommend that you watch the beginning of this crazy story using the links in the description. The beginning of the third season has turned out to be not completely incomprehensible so far, since for some reason we have returned to the past. And the faster you get thousands of likes, the faster I will release a sequel, and we will find out what awaits us next. Enjoy watching. We return to the world of the second season, where attractive young people relax by the pool, seemingly oblivious to the zombie apocalypse. A nice lady puts the phone on the table, and an elderly hand picks up the phone, making a call to a well-dressed bald guy known only as a man. A man has a metal container full of hooded prisoners from his notorious list. And one name hasn't been crossed out yet: Dr. Harold Teller. Dr. Teller is in the Mercy Lab, which is now an isolated complex where a handful of survivors live. They don't want to give Teller to a man, so the man takes an almost wild child hostage, whom he calls Nature Boy, and says he will return in 24 hours when Dr. Teller shows himself better. The Nature Boy comes to his senses and runs away from the man's car when he sees that there is a live zombie in the trunk with him. The guy runs through the wilderness and literally stumbles upon 10K, who, along with Roberta, Eddie, Doc and Cassandra, who is in a state of semi-coma, deals with a horde of zombies. Murphy is there too, holding Lucy, his zombie baby. After a short skirmish with the sister of a natural boy, Ed.
Calm down. What does a person want from the people on this list? Nobody knows.
The gang returns the brothers and sisters to the camp.
Friends, they came to help.
Soon they are hired by Dr. Harold Teller to help protect this place from a man and his armed henchmen. There are rumors that man is a kind of avenging angel, punishing scientists who are in some way connected with the outbreak of the zombie virus. Since he allegedly only worked on mushroom-based painkillers, Dr. Teller doesn't understand why he ended up on the human list. The true nature of Teller's work is revealed and Murphy begins to hear whispering voices. He follows them to Teller's lab, where he discovers 2 grotesquely deformed people locked in a room and begging for mercy. The finding becomes even more disturbing when it turns out that one of them is Dr. Taylor's wife, Dr. Sarah Taylor. The Taylors worked on creating a cure for the Z virus based on the fungus. When the zombies attacked the lab, the medicine spread through the air, protecting the infected from the Z virus, but instead turning them into terrible fungal monsters.
Zombies have infiltrated the lab. My wife Sarah was my partner. An amazing scientist in his field. I had no choice. They were poisoned by a poisonous form of the fungus.
Murphy is deeply shaken by this and wants to leave, but Roberta convinces the team to stay and help protect this place from man. Meanwhile, 10 has become close to a red-haired and natural boy, whom Doc calls 5 after he began to dress like his new hero, black hair and all that. Heel was raised by crows, so he definitely has survival instincts. He is also quite proficient with a slingshot thanks to the lessons of 10K. At sunset of this very strange day, Roberta conducts a reconnaissance around the perimeter and notices a man. It turned out to be a zombie bait, and Roberta was knocked down by a man and his soldiers. She is now being held among hooded prisoners, although the gang in the lab decides to stick with what Doc calls Plan A. Plan A includes a lot of red paint, as the walls of the complex and large metal sheets have been painted in a fresh color, turning the laboratory into a rather intimidating-looking fortress. Everyone is dressed for battle in red protective suits, and the color scheme evokes thoughts of violence, blood and heat. Is this enough to alarm a person? He has brought his own red object, Roberta's bandana, and he wants to exchange it for Dr. Teller. Doc demands proof in life and gets it with a vengeance when Roberta goes on the radio, freed from the metal shed due to the fact that Pyatka knocked out the guard with a slingshot. In response, the man releases a horde of zombies, which allows everyone to demonstrate the shooting skills they learned from Roberta. She's 10, Red and 5 return to the house to keep the red heat going. Then the man uses his trump card, a squad of zombies, who are protected from bullets thanks to their homemade metal helmets. It is impossible to hit the head. The zombie berserkers turn out to be too strong for the gang, and they return to the lab, where Sarah and her friends, mushroom monsters, demonstrate their fighting skills by cracking down on human thugs. Unfortunately, Sarah is badly injured, prompting Dr. Teller to finally spare his wife. At this moment, the wall explodes, and a man dressed in a homemade suit appears from under the rubble, Saransk film and adhesive tape, and a helmet. He knocks out Dr. Teller and takes him away, and Murphy looks after him in horror. The gang deals with the remaining zombies, protected from mercy, with the help of a cleverly staged shootout and at least one ferocious blow of the bat performed by Eddie, and gets out of the laboratory. Looking up, they see a helicopter carrying a metal container with human prisoners heading in an unknown direction. Red's heart breaks when 10 reports that the heel is nowhere to be found, and she rushes into a horde of oncoming zombies in a mad rage. A metal container is delivered to the posh house that we saw at the beginning of the episode. The captives are escorted to the pool, where their hoods are removed, and they appear before their unknown master. Meanwhile, Pyatka is lying in a field surrounded by murderous crows.